I ordered for myself the I Am Magic Velvet Matte Foundation. I also got the concealer, and I also picked up the Nubian 3 Coral eyeshadow palette. So the foundation retails for $20, the concealer is $14, and the Nubian 3 Coral palette was $20. I've already primed and set my eyes, and in my normal makeup routine, I always start with my eyes first. I have not tried any of these yet, so this will be the first time that I'm using it. I did swatch a few of them, but this will be my first time actually applying it. So, oops, I totally just stuck my finger in this one. Oh wow. Yeah, that's yeah. So first I'm gonna go in with my Profusion palette fluffy brush right here, and I'm going to use this one as a transition color. So I'm just gonna go into that. These shadows, by the way, don't have any names on them, so unfortunately I can't really refer to them in any other way but to point. So I'm just gonna go into that one again, try to get a little bit more on my brush. Okay, that's a little better. I'm going to go in with this color right here on the side. Let's see how that looks. And I'm going to go in with this brush, the BH blending brush, and just blend that out to the edge a little bit. And also on the lid. It's kind of hard to see, but it is a little bit more opaque here, and because I am gonna go in darker, but I don't want it to go from like straight from light to dark. I want there to be some sort of like transition. And the same on this side. There is some fallout, but it's not a big problem. Still lays on well. So I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more. I really do love the way that these colors are blending together very seamlessly. And then the same on the other side. Here's where I'm going to go in with a darker shade on the edge just to deepen the look a bit. And I'm going to use this color right here. And I'm going to take that with this Morphe brush. And again, go right in here and tap it a little bit. And then blend that out. So for the lid color, I'm kind of torn between this right here that I stuck my finger in at the beginning of the video, or this one. I think maybe I want to start with this one. I think I'm going to just use my finger and see what that looks like. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's nice. Okay. I really wish these colors had names. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. I love it when eyeshadow colors go on really great with the finger, because I really actually love putting on lid colors with my finger. So I just took this color right here and I just dabbed it on the side a little bit. It's not terrible. So I'm just gonna take it on the other side, tap that in here. But I think this is it for this eye look. I don't think I'm going to put any more colors on this. I'm just going to blend it a little bit on the top and the crease with a fluffy brush and call this done. So there is the Dark Kingdom, the Medium Kingdom, and the Light Kingdom. I quickly figured out that I was in the Medium Kingdom, and that Somalia and Kampala, and this was just looking at like the pictures of the women that they had with the foundation. This is before they actually put up the list of foundations with the comparisons to like Fenty Beauty foundation, which I wish to God they had right off the beginning, but they didn't. They eventually did. I saw it on IG. I was just like, oh my God, I so wish that they had this like right off the bat. But looking at what they put up on IG with the shades of their foundation compared with the Fenty foundation, I was able to see that I did pick my correct shade in the Fenty foundation in my winter shade, which is 385. So Kampala is described as being for dark tan skin with golden undertones. I tend to like foundations with a neutral undertone. Initially, I definitely always went for foundations with golden undertones, which work for me as well. But between this one and I believe Somalia, which is described as dark tan skin with warm undertones, I didn't really want to get a warm undertone. I definitely wanted something either golden or neutral, so I picked Kampala. It was a little easier to pick the concealer for me. It was either between J11 or J12, and I got J12, which when I compare it with my Holy Grail concealer by Too Faced Born This Way, it's practically the same color. This undertone I think is a little brighter, but it's very, very close. I actually wanted to try to get a little brighter, but clearly I'm just so like stuck on this color in Born This Way that that's what I ended up getting in concealer. So I will admit I did swatch the foundation on my hand when I got it because I was just so nervous about not picking the right shade, because that's the thing with foundations that come out only online, like say Mented. But Juvia's Place Concealer is going to be at Ulta. If it's not today, which is June 1st, it's definitely going to be sometime this week or next week. But so this is the packaging. This kind of, what is this? It's kind of like a peachy kind of color, squeezy tube packaging. I'm just going to swatch this a little bit for you on my hand because I was a little nervous about the dark undertone of it, but looking at it here, it looks just really kind of golden. So I am actually really super excited to try this. I don't know why I always swatch on my hand like that's the match, but see what I mean? That looks super dark to me. So I don't know. But then of course when it's blended out, it looks a little different, which is crazy. Whatever, we're just gonna do it, make it happen. If this is not the right one, I have no problem getting another. I will definitely just go down to Ulta and pick up the one that matches me better. But according to their table, this is supposed to be the closest match to Fenty Beauty 385, which is supposed to be my match. So let's get started. I'm gonna use my Mented foundation brush because it's clean. And I'm just going to, I'm gonna dab this here, here, here. I feel like I'm already using too much. Here, here. And I'm just gonna blend it out. Yeah, it's a bit, not a bit, it's dark. It's dark for me. But I will tell you one thing, gosh darn, it is spreading like crazy. I don't usually put foundation under my eye anymore, but I'm just, for the sake of the review, I'll just try to put it all over as much as possible. So I will say this about it. I don't know that I've heard that the claims are that it's full coverage. I don't feel like it's really covering up everything on me, but I do like the finish of it. I do like how even it is. It is very even. I think for me it's the undertone that's throwing me off because it's not quite my match. It's not the worst, but it's not. I know when something is like the undertone for my skin that I love, and this is not quite it. I am concerned about putting on a little bit more, but you know what? I'm gonna put on a little bit more. I'm just gonna put on a little bit more. I'm just gonna put a little bit more right here and right here. Just to try and see if it can be a little bit more full coverage. I have to say I'm not super crazy about this packaging just because I feel like it can get messy real quick, but you know, you'll work with it. I guess what it feels like to me most is it feels skin-like. It's really beautiful and really like skin-like. Like it doesn't feel like cakey or like, you know, I can feel it on my face. It's very natural. So now I'm gonna go in with the Magic Concealer in J12. This applicator for the Juvia's Place Concealer really reminds me a lot of the Tarte Shape Tape applicator. It's big and fluffy and thick. This packaging, I really feel like maybe they could have like put some writing on here or something on here. The only thing that tells you it's Juvia's Place is this right here. You know, a little bit more would have been nice. So I'm gonna be generous with this and really just swipe it under. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love the way it feels. It feels so nice. Ah. Hydrating concealer is the only thing for me. It is all. It is everything. I'm just gonna put a little bit up here. Should I do down the nose? Okay, just for the sake of the review. I don't really do like the middle of my nose much anymore, but just for the sake of this. I'm gonna take my Sonia Kashuk sponge, and I'm not gonna wet it. It's already just a little bit damp. It's kind of where I want it to be. I don't want it to be soaking wet. And I'm actually gonna just let this sit a little bit before I blend it out into my face. All right. Wow. That is really, oh wow. That is really nice. It feels very light. It's thick, but it's not like goopy thick. That just completely melted into my skin. I might actually go in with a little bit more, which I never do. Even when it's blended out, it still looks very hydrated, which I really like. Yeah, like you can still see like a glow there. It really just kind of melts in. Like I don't, it really just kind of disappears and melts into the skin very seamlessly, which I like. So they just came out with the setting powders, like literally, I don't know, like a couple of days ago. So I'm not able to review those just yet, but I may pick them up. Right now I'm using the Fenty Beauty setting powder in honey, and I really like that, so I'm going to be using that to set this. I'm going to do that right now, and I'll be right back. So I never go in with more concealer, so I'm going to go ahead and do that because I never do that. I'm just going to do little dabs. It doesn't have a distinct smell. It's kind of just kind of like that makeup smell, which I like. Nothing else. No perfume. No hoodie situation going on here. Ooh, yes. Yes. Yes, this was a good choice. And this was a wise decision. I just wanted to get the maximum amount of like brightening effect of this. Ooh, I like it. This concealer is definitely impressing me a lot. I'm a little bit on the fence about the foundation just because of the tone of it, but this concealer, okay, so I'm done setting with the powder. I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna go off camera, finish the rest of my face, and come back with my final feelings about this foundation and concealer and eyeshadow look by Juvia's Place. All right, I'm back. Finished all of the things on my face and looked at myself in the mirror, and here's the thing. The skin is looking amazingly flawless right now. And once again, I am reserving my final review until I do the wear test. Probably gonna go out and run a few errands. Right now it is 1:57, and in a few hours I'm gonna come back, maybe not here in my studio, but outside somewhere, and let you know how this is wearing. I do love that it is not like matte in a drying way, and I do like that it's not like oily and like shiny. So I mean, I put my setting spray on, I put the setting powders on, but we'll see how it wears throughout the day, and I will be back with my final review at that time. So for the Juvia's Place Nubian 3 Coral Eyeshadow Palette, I think it is lovely. I think that if you are into corals and, you know, peaches, it's a beautiful palette. I like this packaging. I like the size of it. It's small, you can travel with it. I am also really interested in these colors right here. I'm not really sure how I would use them, but I'm excited to figure out how to use these kind of like grayish, silverish, cementy colors. I'm gonna be quite honest, I think I just picked this up because I used Afterpay to purchase the foundation and concealer, and I just wanted to have enough in the cart to satisfy the 4 installment payment plan. I will be talking about Afterpay in a separate video. I could grow to love this palette, but right now I feel like I have these kinds of colors probably in other Juvia's Place palettes, so it's not like I necessarily feel like I needed them again, but these up here I think are really interesting. I don't really have colors like that, so I'm curious to try this color scheme. I think one of the other things that I like about it is that the color that I used on my lid is just really easy to use with my fingers. I love shadows that I can use with my fingers. But that's basically it for my review of the palette. I would totally recommend it if you don't have anything like this, but if you already have corals or peach colors in your eyeshadow palette collection, you don't really need this. All right, so I'm back with my 5-hour check-in. I don't think I can wear this much longer, not because I can feel it on my face, but just because I don't really have anything else to do but sit around, which is fine. It's a Saturday. I totally love just chilling out and, you know, being easy, but I don't usually do that while wearing a full face of makeup. You can see my oils like breaking out on my nose and right here in the usual places on my face. I do have oily skin, but I actually feel like this foundation looks better with more wear, as it starts to really kind of like melt into the skin. It looks more balanced. And as for the shade of it, you know, although take into account that I've added powders and highlighter and bronzing and all that stuff, the shade looks like really good. It's not to say that I still won't go to Ulta to check out the other shades, because I do want to swatch more of them and see what looks closer to a match for me, like on my neck. But this looks great. Like you know, it looks really good. I really don't feel like, for me anyway, like my skin is my skin. I don't really expect there to be a foundation that like totally eradicates or diminishes my pores or my under eye lines. I really more look for things like, is it like moving around my face, or is there extra like clumping between the lines under my eyes? And there isn't any of that with this foundation. I'm actually really excited to wear it again tomorrow when I will be going out and spending pretty much most of the day and some of the afternoon out in the elements. But for this first initial review and wear test, I would say that this foundation is pretty good. But that's basically my review of the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Foundation and Concealer, plus the Nubian 3 Corals eyeshadow palette. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in your comments down below what you think of this foundation, if you are planning on trying it, you know, how you think it looked and performed. I look forward to hearing your comments on this review down in the comments below, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you will join me in my next video, which should be really soon. Please show your likes by clicking the thumbs up button. And if you are interested in seeing more content like this from me, as always, please feel free to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can get alerts the next time I drop my next video. And I will see you soon. Bye.